an extension of our adult day programs contract. We got delayed in processing the contracts due to the state of California's budget impasse.
Right.
Unfortunately, I have to report that it has affected our adult day programs. The governor eliminated our Alzheimer's daycare resource centers, and as a result, we've already lost one of the bidders to these programs, and that it'll give us time to be able to make sure that we have a strong infrastructure moving forward for our adult day programs. So we request that extension.
Very good.
The next item that we have before you is the approval to execute the contract with the successful bidder for the West Adams Multipurpose Senior Center for the social, nutrition, and transportation programs for the elderly. Just as a background, our provider notified us that they were no longer interested in the program last fall, and an interim provider has been put in there. We have now done successful RFP, and I actually like to take the opportunity to recognize and acknowledge the president and CEO of the YWCA of Greater LA, Ms. Faye Washington, who's here in the room.
Welcome back to City Hall, Faye.
What we would like to request is an extension to the next meeting of this committee. The current one of the bidders that was not successful has submitted an appeal to the state, and we would like that to be resolved before we come back for approval to the committee. So we would like to withdraw this request for right now.
Let me ask you a question. What if we prove this right now, but not schedule it to council? If that's rectified, then go straight to council with this recommendation.
That would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Next item, and Madam Clerk is calling the items,
Right.
not you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, and then just for clarification,
Clarification.
item number 2 is approved by the committee. Item number 3 is also approved by the committee. And then item number 4 is the Department of Aging report relative to accepting grant funds from the state and executing senior services contracts for fiscal year 2009-10.
Okay.
That's basically the bulk of the programs that we get from state and federal funding. I did want to educate the chairman that during the last state budget approval process, the department actually received notification through that process that we lost several of our Older Californians Act-funded programs, which we will be working with the providers to ensure that clients are...
When this comes to council, say what it means, that we lost several of these programs, but we lost $850,000, $4 million, and $20,000, whatever it is, what the reality is.
We actually are preparing an impact statement that will be an attachment.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, next item.
And item number 5 is the other Department of Aging report relative to a grant award from the Medicare Improvements for Patients Under Act.
Yes.
Straightforward. It's a grant to help us assist seniors signing up for Medicare Part D during their open enrollment process this fall.
Very good. Recommend approval. Let's go forward. Item number 6.
And item number 6 is a report from the Human Services Department relative to research and analysis related to KidWatch LA.
Good afternoon, sir. Jamiko Bell, Human Services Department. This report was originally requested of the Commission for Children, Youth, and Families by the Personnel Committee. Councilmember Zine requested a report on the relevance of KidWatch LA services as it related to other services provided by the City of Los Angeles in other departments. So we prepared a report. The summary is that KidWatch LA is distinctive. It does fill gaps left off by many other departments.
Is this the valet around schools and things like that? Okay, good. Here's what you should do. Get a little PowerPoint, no more than 2 minutes. Come to council. Tell the good work you're doing so they can know we'll move on this.
We will. Thank you.
Okay, I'm good with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item number 7 is a motion from Weezer Labange relative to requesting the Library Department to report regarding the Controller Report entitled Performance Audit of Public Access to the Library's Books and Materials.
Okay.
Hi.
How are you, Madam City Librarian? Now, are you still our City Librarian?
No, I'm the assistant.
Oh, no, I just want the librarian here. But I want you here.
Pre-approved vacation.
All right, okay, so you're the librarian. You're acting librarian today. Chris, great to see you.
The objective of the audit was to assess whether the library effectively maximized its resources to ensure local communities have access to books and materials that match their interests. The controller made 30 recommendations for improvement. Many are suggestions to tighten up our procedures and processes. and we
Thanks.
support and plan to implement almost all of the controller's recommendations.
Great.
There was also another audit. We can't tell by the motion if it also referred to the audit on our strategic plan. And the Controller's Office made 3 recommendations on that audit, and we plan to support those recommendations also.
Very good. Have you met with a new controller?
Yes.
Good, so you're all in base with all that. Chris, thank you, and the staff. I apologize for being late. Our council went to right before this meeting, so we're going to send this forward to council.
Great. Both audits.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Take care. Good to see you all. Bye-bye now. Next item.
Item number 8 on the special agenda is a report from the Department of Cultural Affairs.
Chris. Cultural Affairs, step
Cultural
forward.
Affairs report relative to accepting a $66,000 grant.
Go ahead.
Okay. Saul Rule for the Department of Cultural Affairs. Item number 8, we're simply requesting authority to accept a $66,000 grant donation for our Pacific Standard Time project through the Getty Foundation. We've previously come before the committee to request authorization to apply for the grant. We've been very successful, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge Andrew Kasdan, who's sitting behind me. He is largely responsible for me coming before your committee to accept these grants because he does a very good job in writing these grant
Have him
applications.
come to the table.
I did. He's a little shy today.
No, it doesn't matter. He shouldn't be shy. You a city employee?
Yes, he is.
All right, good.
We stole him from Recreation and Parks.
Oh, good.
So,
Well, it's very important that you get the grants. What is Pacific Standard Time?
go ahead.
Pacific Standard Time is an initiative of the Getty Foundation examining the role of art, the development of art post-World War II. Specifically, our project is an institutional history looking at the Watts Towers Art Center and the Municipal Art Gallery and the work that they've done to encourage artists and the development of art for our city.
How about the observatory?
Well, this particular project is dealing with the institutions that are currently managed by Department of Cultural Affairs, which would be Watts and Municipal Art Gallery.
Okay, recommend approval for both.
Okay, and item number 9 was the other grant, the supplemental grant for $275,000.
Very good, let's recommend that as well. Next item.
Thank you.
Item number 10, the last item on the agenda is for Department of Water and Power report in response to a motion, Han Rosenthal, relative to a weather tracking irrigation controller product.
I'm not from, this is Tom Gibson, Recreation and Parks, Advanced Planning. I'm not from DWP, but I can only speak for the Recreation
Sure.
Water Irrigation Program, which is going full speed ahead. We have a total of 1,245 smart controllers, irrigation controllers in our system. And of that amount, we've already replaced 401 of them. We have 845 left to convert to smart controllers. We have a special landscape irrigation crew dedicated to installing smart controllers right now. They'll be doing full time. We have a list of sites, priority sites throughout the city, throughout all council districts. We're actually at this point mainly concentrating on the valley areas, especially the sports fields and the high public use areas, because those are the areas where we'll make the highest.
Good, have you talked to Channel 35 and had them do a little feature on your workers doing the work of changing it out and conserving water?
That's a great idea. I'm not sure if that's been done, but we'd like.
Well, yeah, tell Mr. Muckery, call, any problem, let me know. So recommend approval, send this forward.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Miss Deputy, would you give the microphone to public comment for Joan Taylor, or you can come up there, Miss Taylor. Thank you. You run the clock. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Miss Taylor.
I'm Joan Taylor, and I'm here in public comment. I did not bring written information, but I wanted to ask Tom if there's any chance that you could get rid of one of the 2 vans for each of the 15 districts in the Department of Aging door-to-door transport program by December of this year. If you recall, the taxpayer is paying $70 for a local ride in these taxis from the senior centers for seniors and disabled when they could get the same ride for $10 or $15 from a commercial cab. The taxpayer should not have to keep up this expense.
Any more comments?
Could Erica write your answer to me, or...
No, I'm going to tell you. Just give me your comments. I'm not going to comment back on your comments. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Erica will communicate that if you'd like.
I hope you could consider ending this program earlier, or a part of it, even if you hate to see the money leave your department or your authority.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Now, any other items before us? Madam CLA, Madam City Attorney, Madam CAO, Sergeant of Arms, members of the public, staff, City Clerk, good afternoon.